Thank you so much for joining us for our Yoga and Mindfulness series with AARP and Open Up. My name is Colleen Cadman, and I serve as an Associate State Director of Outreach with AARP in Pennsylvania. And we're excited to have folks from all over joining us for our Yoga and Mindfulness series. If you haven't already done so, please go ahead and share in the chat where it is that you're tuning in from. AARP is committed to helping people take control of our health as we age by providing tools, resources, and information that will entertain and inspire, educate and stimulate, and engage and activate. AARP hopes to create an environment where our members can lead their healthiest lives possible in mind, body, and spirit. We will be recording today's class, so barring any technical difficulties, you can look forward to receiving the recording link in an email after class. And please also be sure to sign up for future sessions of our bi-weekly yoga and mindfulness series every other week, which I'll be sharing on a link in the chat. All right, so we're going to read out some locations and then I'm going to pass it over to our wonderful instructor, Tessa, today. So we've got folks from Maryland, looks like New Jersey, Missouri, Maine, Pennsylvania, which is where we film from. So shout out to our Pennsylvania folks. We're filming out of Pittsburgh, so we always love seeing folks local to the Pittsburgh area too. We've got Nevada, Washington State, New Hampshire, New York. So welcome to all. And with that, I'm going to pass things over to our wonderful instructor, Tessa, who's filling in for Chandler today. I promise Chandler's coming back. I know you love Chandler, but we're going to love Tessa today too. She's fantastic. So Tessa, take it away whenever you're ready.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here and be spending this time with you, getting to just get in touch with yourself, moving in your body, noticing how it feels to be moving in your body. It was nice to hear where a lot of you are from all over the country, which is amazing. And of course, we're here in Pittsburgh today. The weather it's been in the 70s to the 80s, which in the past few weeks, it's been very hot here. So it's been really nice to be able to, I walked my dog today out in the park and it was 75 degrees and that was so nice to get to do. So my name's Tessa, and yes, Chandler will be back. She will miss being here this week. She told me to say hello to everybody. And we're gonna begin starting our yoga class. So you can start whatever's comfortable for you throughout this whole class. This is your class. So whatever is comfortable for you, that's what you should do. Because there are some opportunities in yoga to explore what moving feels like for you and push your edge a little bit if that's what you want to do. But we want you to be mindful and just spend time noticing, and I'll give you many invitations to just notice, well, how does it feel to be doing this? Or how did it feel after I moved a certain way? How did that change how I'm feeling? So one thing that's really good to do up top is just to find a really comfortable seat. Aiming to sit up nice and tall as much as you can. So wherever your body is connected to a chair or to the ground, seeing if you can root down in that space. And then do a little lifting through the chest, a little lifting up through the crown of the head. It doesn't have to be very forceful. It's just sort of a little bit of an element of lifting. And then either you can take your hands and place them palm up if you're wanting to kind of invite an open feeling, or palm down if you're hoping for something a little more grounded today, helping you feel a little more steady. And then if you're comfortable, you can close your eyes, or you can choose a place to look at or focus your gaze on that's in front of you. So just trying to pick a place to look at and see if you can look at it with a soft gaze, because we're about to turn inward for a moment. And just take, maybe for some of you it's the first time today, that you're taking a moment to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And so do that. You can be checking in with your emotions. You can be checking in with any sensations you might be feeling in your body. And if you're not sure, that's okay too. Sometimes it can be hard to put a finger on how we're feeling. And then next, I'm going to ask you to think about, what do you want from this class today? Maybe the decision you made to put your hands either up for openness is enough. Maybe you want to feel a little expansive after today's class. Or maybe if you chose to put your hands face down, you want to feel a little grounded and balanced. Or maybe you just want to feel like you got some movement in. Whatever it is, we're just setting an intention. And we'll touch base with that again at other points in the class so that you can just notice if what we're doing is helping you reach that intention. And then from here, we're going to take our attention to our breath. So taking a nice deep breath in, sending the air down to the bottom of your lungs, maybe your belly, and exhaling, emptying out. And breathing in, and breathing out. And another deep breath in. And then you could open up your mouth and let out a sigh, letting it out. If your eyes are closed, you can gently open them. And you can, if you're fixing your gaze on a spot in front of you, you can let your eyes move about a little bit more now. And we'll bring our hands to heart center. And what we're going to do together is hum. So I invite you to take a long hum with me. Humming is a somatic practice, humming and singing, that puts a little vibration through your body and helps calm the vagus nerve. It's a nice tool. Some people like to sing to help themselves feel better. So we're all going to practice taking a hum together or just listening. Take a deep breath in. Hum. Thank you. We're going to begin doing some gentle movements. So taking a deep breath in and then reaching to your degree towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, just let your arms fall. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, it's like you're throwing out the air. Another deep breath in, reaching up to your degree. Exhale, throwing out the air. Good. We're going to do that now with a little bit of twisting action. So breathing in, reaching up, twisting to the side and throwing out the air to the side. Coming to the middle, reaching up, twisting to the other side and throwing out the air. Good. Now I'm going to keep cueing the breath as we move side to side. Do that at your own pace or try to match me. That's up to you. Take a deep breath in and throw out the air. Breathe in, reach up, turn to one side, and throw out the air. Good. Come to center, breathe in, reach up, and throw out the air on the other side. Good. Coming to center, inhale, reach up. This time, just reaching forward, so hinging at your waist to your degree and kind of letting your arms sweep beside you as you exhale. So I'll do that again. Breathe in and then leaning forward. Good. Breathing in and then leaning forward. Nice. And then coming back to center, we're getting our respiratory system warmed up with that deeper breathing. Let's inhale, reach our shoulders up to our ears, and then exhale, release. Inhale, reach your shoulders up to your ears, and exhale, release. This is a nice practice. Let's just keep doing that a few more times, because a lot of us, whenever we're feeling stressed or tense, we tend to lift our shoulders up towards our ears. So we're just noticing how it feels to bring our shoulders up to our ears and then ask them to relax down. Breathing in and then exhale, letting go of some of that tension. Breathing in and exhale, releasing. And one more time, breathing in and exhale, releasing. Good. Now we're going to bring our arms together in the center here. And we're going to inhale, open up, pulling your chest through as much as you can. I have a little bit of a shoulder snag here, so it's hard for me to open up beyond that. So you're just doing this for your own body. So breathing in and breathing out, maybe tucking your chin down, bringing your hands over your head. Breathing in, filling up your lungs. There's an expansion in the body. And then exhale, there's a contraction as you release. Breathing in, filling up. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And let's start moving our arms a little bit more here. So we'll start with some slow circles out to the side. Keeping your attention on your breath. Breathing in and out. Good. Let's start making those circles bigger as much as we can. You might notice that one of my arms just won't get as big as the other. And that's okay. What I'm doing is noticing how it feels and trying to not push myself. I don't want to feel pain. I just want to be able to notice what it feels like to move it. Good. And then pausing, and let's go in the opposite direction. So small circles in the opposite direction. Good. And let's get bigger. Keep breathing. Nice. And then you can just let your arms shake out. We've been holding them up for a bit. Good. And then bringing your hands to the top of your legs. If you're doing this standing, you just have your arms straight at your side. And we're going to just warm up in our feet now. So picking up one of your legs and just rolling your ankle out, pointing your toes and flexing your toes. Good. And then we'll switch sides. I hear some pops in my ankle. That's pretty natural. And then we're going to, from your chair, taking one leg to the side and the other leg to the side. And then we're going to see, can we bring them in at the same time? You might need to hold on to your chair to help with that. And if that's feeling like it's just not that accessible in your body today, it's perfectly okay to just open and close on one side and then open and close on the other. We're just bringing some movements directed from the hips here. got some warmed up a little bit, we're going to now move into some standing poses, or I'll show you how to be able to do these poses from your seat too. So first, what we're going to do is, I'll do it from my chair first, but if you're standing up, you reach up nice and tall, hands above your head. This is a version of mountain pose. It's like you have a peak of a mountain, but mountain pose is also just standing or sitting, really trying to balance out equal weight between both feet, standing nice and tall. You're a strong mountain, so if someone came and nudged you, you wouldn't budge. So mountain pose, good. And then from here, we're going to do a nice forward fold to your degree. So if you're in your chair, this is lowering your chest towards your thighs, and then just slowly lowering your head down, maybe extending your arms towards the floor. And if you're standing, it's hinging at your waist, bending your knees as much as you'd like, and then letting your head rest down, letting it drop, maybe doing a gentle side to side, letting your hands touch the ground. You bent your knees so much that you can do that. And from here, you can gently take your fingertips towards one side and just notice how that feels in your lower back. And then gently walking your hands towards the other side. And again, noticing how that feels. And then coming back to center, kind of letting your head drop so that your neck isn't holding it up. From here, notice, is your tongue stuck on the roof of your mouth here? Maybe opening your mouth and just letting it out, sticking it out. Noticing if that brings some relaxation into your jaw. And then slowly and carefully, one vertebrae at a time, picture them stacking on top of each other. Your head is the last thing to come up. We're going to come up to standing and find that mountain pose again. Decide if you want a rooted mountain or you want a mountain that's lifting up to the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. One more deep breath in, maybe look up, and then exhale. Let out the air. Good. From here, we're going to move into Warrior One. So Warrior One pose from the chair. You can, to your degree, open one hip to the side, have one leg straight out to your degree, and then turning your chest towards the bent leg, reaching up to the sky. And for some of us in the chair, it just might look like reaching up to the sky and turning to one side. If you're standing, you can even do this with the back of a chair here to help. So your feet are together in mountain pose and you take one leg back. You're bending into your front knee and take your eyes to your back foot. You want your toes to be pointing at about, it depends on which foot it is. So it'd either be 11 o'clock or 1 o'clock on a clock. My right leg is forward and my left leg is back and my toes are pointing at 11 o'clock. So then you take your hands to your hips and you square your hips towards your right leg to your degree. And this is a nice place to stay here, just nice and rooted. Remember, you might be wanting to focus on that today, being nice and rooted and balanced. Or if you feel like you'd like to do this, you could reach up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Take another deep breath in, maybe look up, and then clap your hands as you exhale and step your back foot up. Good. Let's do warrior one on the other side. Again, just a little reminder, if you're in your chair, this time you're taking your other leg out, maybe straightening your back leg to your degree, turning your chest towards your bent knee and reaching up. And just breathing there, noticing how it feels. And on this side, you're stepping your other leg back, depending on which one you did last time. I'm going to be stepping my right leg back, bending into my front knee, checking my feet. You want to kind of seal down on the outer edge of your back foot. Hands on hips, turning my hips towards my front knee. And when you feel nice and good there, keep squeezing your back leg and reach up to the sky. Breathing in and out. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, emptying. One more deep breath in. Maybe look up, clap your hands, and take your back foot up to meet your front foot. Let's do a nice big breath in, reaching up. And exhale, let out that air. Nice. Okay, we're going to move into warrior two now. These warrior poses are, they're all about strength, inner strength and physical strength. So for a warrior two, if you're in the chair, and sometimes strength is just about being able to be still and hold something for a while. Warrior two, how we're going to do this is a lot like warrior one with the legs, taking one leg out to the side, the other straight, and extending your arms horizontally, extending them long. And then taking your gaze and setting your gaze over your front fingertips. They say that a steady gaze is a steady mind. So just trying to focus here. If you're standing, we're going to start out taking our left leg backward and bending into your front knee. So this is actually more of a hip opening than warrior one, though. You're actually opening your hips up, and your back foot is parallel to the back edge of your mat, or the toes are a little bit more at 9 o'clock. Bending into your front knee, and then taking your arms long and setting your gaze over your fingertips. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Flip your front palm. Breathe in as you reach up to the sky to your degree. See if you can feel a nice side body stretch. Looking up towards your hand. Another deep breath in. And then take your back hand and clap it as you step forward. Great work. Let's do warrior two on the other side. Opening your knee out to the side. Other leg straight. Arms long. Setting your gaze. And I'm moving my chair because it helps me be able to face the camera, but you don't have to move your chair. Okay, from here, we're stepping our right foot back, so my left foot's in front, bending into my front knee, checking out that back foot. I'm gonna make a little adjustment here so it's in line with the back edge of my mat. Making my legs as wide as I can. That feels like I'm making a little bit of an effort. However, whatever that means for you and your body today, it might be different than what it was 2 weeks ago when you did class with us last. And looking at your front fingertips, breathing in and out. And since we're in a strength pose, let's practice an affirmation. I invite you to say this in your head, and it's even more impactful if you say it out loud. We're going to say, I am strong. At the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. I am strong. Good. And I like to do this with people of all ages, especially the kids I teach Make a Muscle. And I say, I am powerful. Ready? I am powerful. And then kiss your biceps. Sometimes being a little bit silly can surprise you and bring some lightness into your day. Let's flip our front palm. We've been holding here for a bit. Take a deep breath in, reach up to the sky. Side body stretch. Maybe come out of the bend a little bit if your leg's feeling tired. Another deep breath in, reach up. And then clap, step forward. Wonderful. We're going to put all of these things together. We're going to review some of the poses we did, or I'm going to tie some of the poses we did together in a little bit of a flow. At any point, if you're feeling lost, you can look at me and just join in, or you could just move however it feels good to you, or you can just rest and place your hand on your heart and your one hand on your belly, and that's a nice resting place. It will still give you a benefit from your yoga class as you sit with yourself, paying attention to how you feel. All right. So we'll begin our flow. I'm going to face my chair here. Inhale, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, maybe fold all the way down or fold just to your degree. And then slowly rolling up to standing. Breathing in, reaching up. And then exhale, throw out the air. Good. Inhale, reach up, step your right foot back, bend into your front knee. Breathe in, reach up, warrior one. Exhale. Another deep breath in, look up, maybe go back. Clap your hands as you step forward. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, throw out the air. Breathe in, step your left foot back, bend into your front knee. Inhale, reach up to the sky, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Another breath in, look up, clap your hands as you step forward. Breathe in. Breathe out, let out the air. We're going to move into warrior twos, stepping your right foot back, extending your arms long. Breathe in. Breathe out. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, breathe in. Take your back hand, clap as you step forward and breathe out. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, throw out the air. Warrior two on the other side. Breathe in, opening up. Extending your arms. Breathing in and out. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, clap as you step forward. Breathe in, reach up. And then exhale, throw out the air. Good. So we did a little bit of a flow together. You spend some time studying the poses, trying to pay attention to the small details. And then at some point in life, we need to just trust ourselves, trust that we will figure it out while we have to flow and move through things. So you had a nice opportunity to do that today. We're going to shift places a little bit and do a balancing pose. So let's start out with tree. Tree pose in your chair. Looks like some of you might know tree and you're just moving into it already. Tree pose in your chair would be trying to bring the bottom of your right foot to the inside of your left ankle. And there's a little bit of that opening of the hip that we did before here. And trying to sit up nice and tall, hands at heart center, pressing your thumb into your chest, pressing your hands together, and then choose a place to look at in front of you. If you're standing, doing the same thing, bringing the bottom of your right foot to the inside of your left ankle, pressing your hands together. You can stay here. This is a beautiful place to do tree and explore balance in your body, especially how your left foot is holding you balanced. Or you could join me bringing your foot up to your shin. And if you feel a little bit wobbly, maybe have a little hand on the wall or a chair nearby as you explore that balance. Some folks may feel inclined to try their foot above their knee. Just don't place it on your knee. And then from wherever you are, growing your branches up towards the sky. Think about what's growing in your tree, something that makes you happy. It could be apples. It could be, some people say money. It could be whatever makes you happy. It can be growing in your tree. Maybe look up and then release as we switch to the other side. So from your chair, taking the bottom of your left foot on the inside of your right ankle, really rooting down if you're standing into your right foot, hands at heart center. Maybe trying out a foot on your shin or above your knee. If you're feeling wobbly, did you pick a place to look at that's not moving? Or maybe you can think about focusing on your belly button. Those are two tactics to help with balance. Breathing in and out. I forgot to mention that breathing helps with balance. A lot of people hold their breath when they're feeling out of balance in life. Breathing in and out. And then growing your tree in whichever direction feels good to you. Ooh. Maybe play with the balance a bit. I invite you now to walk your eyes up to the ceiling, even if you're worried your balance might be off. You don't have to, but it's a little edge you can explore. And then release. Shaking out your standing legs. That was our balancing pose for today. We're going to shift into some floor cool down poses. So taking your time to make your way down to the floor, or if you prefer staying in the chair, I'll make sure that I speak to that for these poses. So let's try out one. I'm debating if we should do a little bit of an active boat here. I think I told you we'd all be working towards cooling down, so I'll stick with that. So coming down onto your back, bending your knees, walking your heels back to touch your fingertips or towards your fingertips. So this is a setup for a bridge pose. Sometimes people in bridge poses, if you have blocks at home or pillows, they just lift up your hips here. So you press down into your feet and lift up your hips. Sometimes people like to place a block or a pillow under their hips. We're going to be doing the active version. You can stay here if you'd like, and you know that this is a good place to explore sensations, or press down to lift up. So even pressing down into your arms here. With every inhale, lifting up. And exhale. Keep going, keep lifting. And if you're in your chair for a bridge pose, this is about opening up across your chest. So breathing in and out. Wherever you are, another deep breath in, lifting, and then exhale, relaxing. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. Good. We're going to do two more bridges. So pressing down to lift up. Inhale, lifting a little bit. Exhale, maintaining where you are. Another deep breath in, lifting, and then exhale, releasing. Again, breathe in, maybe through your nose. Open up your mouth, let out a sigh. And last bridge, press down to lift up. Good. So this pose is an opening pose. So often our body is crunched over. And that's a nice protective way to be at times. Being crunched over makes a lot of sense. But now we're trying to explore what it means to feel safe on our mat and just practice opening. So on your next inhale, lift up a little bit more. And then exhale, release down. We're going to take the soles of your feet to touch and your knees wide. One hand on the heart, one hand on your belly. Or if this doesn't feel good in your lower back, you can have your knees together and your feet wide. And then I invite you to close your eyes or choose a place to look at to focus your gaze. If you're in your chair, you can relax your back on the back of your chair and rest, breathing in and out. Noticing how you're feeling. Maybe with your hand on your heart, you can feel your heart beating a little bit. Maybe for some of us, that still can be hard to feel, but just see if you're able to. Sending the air down to your belly where your hand is. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. And from here, gently taking your hands to the outside of your legs if your knees are wide, bringing your knees into touch. And if you're in your chair, you can wrap your arms around yourself to your degree, whether that's your legs or your chest, and tucking your head in. And if you're on the floor, you're hugging your knees into your chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Crunch everything up. So crunching up your toes, scrunching your face even, just really squeezing everything in. Take a nice deep breath in, and on your exhale, release everything down to the floor. And if you're in your chair, you're just releasing all that tension. So we just did a tension and release. It actually is a nice practice to do if you're ever feeling a little bit stressed or angry. You can just squeeze like you're squeezing lemons in your fist. Squeeze everything and then release everything. And it releases hormones in your body that are associated with calming feelings. Let's try it one more time and see if you notice that changing how you're feeling at all. So from wherever you are, scrunching everything in, hugging your body, hugging your knees, scrunching your toes, scrunching your fingers, maybe scrunching your face. Take a deep breath in and then release, bending long, letting the floor hold you, letting the chair hold you. And then pressing your arms down into the floor, see if you can walk your shoulder blades in towards each other a little bit more. And for some of us, we might be able to do that, and some of us we might not, but just see if you can. And then really just let everything rest on the floor. This is the final pose of our class today, Shavasana, final relaxation. I'm going to be silent for about 2 minutes. This is one of the most important parts of the practice where you get to just practice resting and practice letting go. From here, maybe begin wiggling your fingers and your toes, finding some small movements, being gentle with yourself as you come out of the rest. Maybe rolling out your wrists, ankles. And then taking some time coming onto one side of your body. And if you're in your chair, you're just finding those movements and just resting for a moment. And just take a moment to think about what your intention was at the beginning of class. What were you hoping to feel or find in your yoga class today? And then notice if it happened. It might have happened, and it might not have. And it's just information for you, so you can start noticing that the choices you make about what to do can have influence on helping you feel more the way you want to feel. And from here, taking your time to come up to a comfortable seat. Bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to end our class with one more long hum. You can listen or join in. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for trying out a yoga class with me today. So nice to have you. If anybody wants to share about their experience, or if their yoga experience today helped, you saw a difference from the beginning to the end of class, please share in the chat. And it's so nice to be here today. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks so much, Tessa. And I'll note that there are several great comments about the modifications that you provided today, which were really helpful, giving people the options to choose what is best for their bodies and making it a really relaxing and restorative class today. So thank you so much. I do also encourage folks to put some of that good feedback in our survey link so that we can keep providing these classes for you. So we really appreciate you sharing your feedback with us in our survey link. And we've also added a link to register for future classes in this series if you'd like to come back with us.
Great. So it's been so nice to teach you all today. I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, Tessa. Thanks again for filling in, and we hope to see everyone again in 2 weeks.
Thank you. All right.